Mic check.
Welcome you live on the NFHS Network to the 2025 CIAC Boys Class L Swimming Championships. We're at the Cornerstone Aquatic Center in West Hartford, Connecticut. Staples High School swimming by themselves in the first of 3 heats in the 200 medley relay. I'm Ralph Bednarczyk, so happy to have you with me along for the ride today. The Greenwich Cardinals winning their 38th overall championship last year, their 10th straight state open. And they have another loaded team this year for Class L. Their legendary coach, Terry Lowe, and we'll watch out for them. The perennial state power has won 10 straight Class L titles. But another huge team, and another team that has to prove themselves again. As the Staples relay, the third swimmer is into the water, and we'll have a full deck, 8 lanes all filled for the B final and then the championship final, which has defending champion Norwalk Brian McMahon. But Greenwich has a solid team back, and they'll be at lane number 6 for that event, and another loaded squad. So we are finished, or just about finished, with Staples here again swimming unopposed for this 200 medley relay. Staples' prelim time was 2:04.64 that they're hoping to better. Also difficult to do when you're swimming against themselves, but they're able to do that. 2:03.34 for Staples. So congratulations to Staples for being able to take a step forward here, particularly difficult when you're swimming unopposed, where the water may not be as fast without having anybody next to you. And Staples is indeed able to better. Now to our second heat. And the backstrokers are in the water. In lane 4, Trumbull. Lane 5, Southington. Lane 3, Hamden, who finished in 3rd last year. West Haven in lane 2, East Lyme in 1, Danbury in 6, East Hartford in 7, and Greater New Haven Co-op is in lane 8. As the backstrokers are completing, and the breaststrokers are now into the water and getting great work being done underwater from the Southington breaststroker. And Southington having the advantage upon the turn. Let's see if the Southington swimmer will have a similar kind of underwater work instead out of lane 4, Trumbull. Trumbull out of lane 4, first on the touch, and now to the butterflyers. The butterflyer of Trumbull able to continue that great momentum. Trumbull out of lane 4 A 1:46.91 was their preliminary time, and they appear to be slightly ahead of that. Trumbull opening up a sizable advantage by nearly 5 to 6 body lengths. The anchor into the pool, the Trumbull Freestyler. And the Trumbull Freestyler off the turn with a 1:40 so far. Trumbull trying to beat their time of 1:46. Trumbull on the touch. They do. Trumbull 1:45.79 in second, Hamden in third, Southampton in fourth, Danbury. So with this faster water at Cornerstone, maybe that's a trend of things to come for the rest of the day. Trumbull able to capture this heat, and they take heat number 2. Now we move into the Medley relay. This is a rare race that Greenwich did not win last year. It went to Norwalk Brian McMahon under coach Marco Minocci. He's got another strong squad as the defending champs. Lane 5, Fairfield Co-op finished third last year. The top seed, Lane 4, Glastonbury finished fourth. Greenwich has a very, very solid Medley relay, talking to legendary coach Terry Lowe. They finished second last year. Greenwich will be in lane 6. Manchester in 7. West Hill Stamford Co-op in lane 8. They finished 7th last year. At the top, Enfield Ellington. Enfield Ellington Suffield at the top, lane 1, and Bristol Co-op in lane 2. Underway in the championship 200 Medley relay with our backstrokers. Alex Sharp in lane 3 for Norwalk. Grant Slippin in lane 5 for Fairfield Co-op, all the first. And out of lane 4, it appears to be Glastonbury. Rather than in lane 2, Bristol's backstroker setting the tone. Into the pool, the breaststrokers. And out of lane 2, Glastonbury. Bristol still with a solid advantage. And now in the turn. And after work is done underwater, Norwalk McMahon's Wyatt Vitiello. Breaststroke in lane 3. However, in lane 6, Greenwich's breaststroker will give the Cardinals the advantage going into the third leg, Butterflyers. And the Greenwich Butterflyer will be first on the touch on the other end and on the turn for Fairfield Co-op. Rudolph Sugaz is in the pool. Christian Sanchez for Norwalk. Brian McMahon in lane 3 trying to make it close. And now the anchors are into the pool. David DeLong for Norwalk. Brian McMahon, but it is Greenwich first on the touch in the freestyle. Greenwich on lane 6. Will be tested by Norwalk Brian McMahon's David DeLong. It will be Greenwich on the touch first in lane 6. Lane 2, Norwalk Brian McMahon. Rather, lane 3, Norwalk Brian McMahon gets second. Fairfield Co-op gets third. Fairfield's tremendous breaststroker Mike Ivanoff put them in good position. He even swam the second turn. But it is Greenwich that captures the Medley relay after finishing second last year. Greenwich already came in with a ton of points because they had 4 divers compete and win and place. So Greenwich already with 100-something points coming in, including from the 30 from their championship-winning diver. So we'll take time out. We are just getting started from the Class LL Swimming Championships here in West Hartford at the Cornerstone Aquatic Center on the NFHS Network. Welcome back on the NFHS Network. Ralph Bednarczyk with you here from Cornerstone Aquatic Center in West Hartford, underway in our third heat in a 200 freestyle out of lane 4, Landon Avery of Glastonbury. There's the top seed, Connor Forster of East Lyme in 5, Stephen Glugos of Salington is in 6, in 3, Lucien Gayton of Hamden, Nathan Head, junior from Enfield, Ellington, Suffield in 2, Lucas Kivliak, Salington is in 1, Santiago Petralia is in 7 from West Hill Stanford. So is his teammate Taryn Geis from West Hill Stanford. Out of the 200 freestyle. Here we are midway through it. And out of lane 5, Connor Forster. Has the lead, and out of 6, Stephen Glugos of Southington appears to be his main challenger. These are important points for Glastonbury from freshman Landon Avery if he can get a high spot or a high finish here. Avery right now is sitting right now for second or so. And now in the final turn, one more lap remaining. Now things have gotten jumbled up. Lane 6, Stephen Glugos of Southington is right now taking the lead. Southington in 1, Connor Forster of East Lyme, and a lane 5 is also very even with him. Glastonbury needing Landon Avery in lane 4 to come up with something if they're going to be a competitor for big points for second place. This is going to be a potential photo finish, and it is Lucien Gayton of Hamden with the touch first. Glugos of Southington in second. In third, Landon Avery of Glastonbury in fourth, Connor Forster of East Lyme. And those four separated by less than a second. By .93, ultra tight. Ago, Greenwich capturing their 10th straight title with 852 points. Norwalk McMahon finished in second. Glastonbury in third with 559. Norwalk McMahon 641. So that is expected and projected to be kind of the possible mix again. In our second 200 freestyle heat, Noah Mora, Norwalk Brian McMahon is in lane 4. His teammate William Cruz in 3. Alexander Key of Trumbull is a senior in 2. Derek Liu of Glastonbury is in 1. Charles Coven of Greenwich is in 5. Josh Kim of Meriden Co-op in 6. Chase Reynolds of Trumbull in 7. And Blake Carlson of Staples is in 8. Big opportunity for Norwalk Brian McMahon here with 2 swimmers to set a tone. Out of lane 5, it's Charles Coven of Greenwich that has, though, the healthy lead by easily a body length. Out of lane 3, William Cruz of Norwalk Brian McMahon as they come up on the halfway point, 100 meters complete. And the battle is really for second in the heat. So valuable points with minor separation. Now at a lane 2, senior Alexander Key of Trumbull appears to have the advantage. Approaching 125 meters complete for Greenwich junior Charles Coven. Coven's advantage is nearly 2 full body lengths. Coven on the turn and finds himself with no one really around. Battle for second is uber tight. Alexander King and Trumbull And William Cruz of Norwalk McMahon, as Colvin takes it out of lane 5. It is William Cruz of Norwalk Brian McMahon that gets second, just ahead of Alexander Key of Trumbull. They are separated by actually almost a half second. It seemed closer than that. Noah Moore of Norwalk Brian McMahon gets fourth, so Norwalk Brian McMahon goes first, or rather goes second and fourth. But Charles Colvin is able to take it. That'll set up our championship heat in the 200 freestyle.
Third place, Fairfield Noah. In second place, Noah Korean.
So as they announced the 200 medley relay champions, the Greenwich Cardinals on the podium off to our right. Cardinals finished second last year in this event. So they are off to a tremendous start, winning a relay and already having about 100-something points in their back pocket from diving. Great to visit with 57th year head coach Terry Lowe from Peterborough, New Hampshire. Started and was involved in the summer of his freshman year in college, working in the summer swimming program in Peterborough, New Hampshire. Liked giving lessons there, and they decided to start a swimming club, swimming as teams. He was a collegiate freshman in Wesleyan, so when he was back at home, really enjoyed that and looked for a teaching job that would allow him to both be a math teacher and swimming coach. That was part of the deal. And he arrived at Greenwich High School 57 years ago, and he is still going. Having won 38 overall state titles in a variety of classifications and labels, and they have won 10 straight state open crowns. They've won the Class Double L, I should say, 48 times in the last 51 years. They've won 38 overall state open titles and 10 straight. Now let's introduce the 200 freestyle final. Lane 4, Cody Lonsberry, senior from Enfield, Ellington, Suffield. Will swim at Delaware, finished 3rd last year. Aiden Pelage, 5th last year from Bristol's Co-op. Lane 5, Leonardo Wong, senior from Glastonbury, is in 3. Nolan Barrett, freshman from Greenwich, is in 2. Greenwich sophomore Hunter Bodley in lane 1, finished 13th last year. Niall Easton, 8th last year, is in lane 7 from Glastonbury. Jack Smith, junior from Greenwich, finished 11th in this event. He is in the final heat. Aiden Pelage out of lane 5 for Bristol. He is the early leader. And actually this is Lonsberry out of lane number 4. Lonsberry has always been a distance swimmer. Great to visit with him. At the State Open last year, he finished 5th in this event in the 200 freestyle. And he finished 3rd in this event, as I said, in the Class Double Ls. Last year, he won the 500 freestyle in Double L. Much improved with his turns and work underwater this year. Was always very good in terms of distance. Now he's able to increase his speed. Lonsberry now getting some great pressure out of lane 2, Nolan Barrett of Greenwich. Barrett has closed the gap. So is Aiden Pelage at a lane 5 of Bristol. Lonsberry at a lane 4, and freshman Nolan Barrett is now just about neck and neck with Lonsberry. a touch, 140.59. Lonsberry takes second of Greenwich. In third, Aiden Pelage of Bristol. And fourth, Leonardo Wong scoring for Glastonbury. So freshman Nolan Barrett, and a great sign of things to come, put heavy pressure on Lonsberry over the last 50 to 75 meters. And Lonsberry is able to hold him off as he'll head into the State Open in this event and trying to improve on his 5th place finish. Last year he was a 142.40, so he has shaved off a second plus. Swims for the Indian Valley YMCA. Now we turn our attention to the 200 IM. Starting with the butterfly. Lane 4, Jackson Lai of Southington. Lane 5, Christian Michaels of Staples. Nick Trace of Danbury's in 3. Xander Lynn of Glastonbury in 2. Jasper Jenkins of Hamden in 1. Albert Zhu of East Lyme is in 6. Addison Asuncion, Norwalk Brian McMahon in 7. Oliver Mangum is in 8. As the butterfly changes over to the backstroke. Out of lane 2, Xander Lynn of Glastonbury appears to have the early advantage. He's all the way on the far side. Lanes 1 at the top, lane 8 on the bottom of your screen here on the NFHS network. Lane 2, Xander Lynn. Now to the breaststroke. Lynn has about a half body length lead over the pack. And Lynn does some work underwater. And a clear second has emerged. And Jackson Lai of Southington. Time for the freestyle for Xander Lynn. And Lai is less than a body length and maybe just head and shoulders behind Xander Lynn of Glastonbury, who's just a freshman. Lai is a sophomore from Southampton. For the final 10 meters, Xander Lynn in the opening heat will score some points for Glastonbury. In second, Lai of Southington. In third, lane 7, Addison Asuncion of Norwalk, Brian McMahon. Now to the second heat in the 200 IM. Swimmer to look out for, Hayes Haddon, who was sick recently, a junior from Enfield, Ellington, Suffield. So his prelim time of 2:05.34, a little shy of where he's capable. Last year, Hayes Haddon, as a sophomore, won this heat where he finished 9th, but had to settle for this second heat this year. Ryan Kenny, sophomore from Glastonbury, is in lane 4. William Grajewski of Manchester's in 3. David Borisenko of Westo Stanford in 2. Anthony Korkmaz in lane 1 of Glastonbury. Ethan Peralta Heredia of Danbury is in 6. Liam Lachlan is in 7 of Fairfield. Austin Carr of West Haven is in 8. Those last 3 are all freshmen in this second heat. Turning to the backstroke. Ryan Kenny finished 15th last year, so he was well behind Hayes Haddon in this event. He has the lead. Kenny is from Glastonbury. Their coach, Susie Hoyt, about to finish her 35th year. They graduated 8 seniors. And the backstroke gap has been narrowed by Hayes Haddon to set it up to a breaststroke. But Glastonbury needs everybody to score today. Graduated an all-stater from a year ago that is swimming at Tufts. And Campbell McFall, a couple other key seniors. Now into the breaststroke. And out of lane 6, roaring ahead is Ethan Peralta Heredia of Danbury. And to the freestyle, it's Peralta Heredia building a lead of about 3 body lengths. Check that other, that's Hayes Haddon, beg your pardon, lane 5. This is Hayes Haddon in the green swimming cap. Hayes Haddon on the touch with a strong time of 2 and even 2:44. So that's a number that definitely could put him in the top 8 and the 200 IM in the prelim time for the finals swimmers. In second was William Krajewski of Manchester, and in third, Ryan Kenny of Glastonbury. Fourth, Austin Carr, freshman from West Haven. So Hayes Haddon able to swim to his potential. Now to our championship heat. We'll start with the defending champion Wyatt Vitiello of Norwalk, Brian McMahon. He'll be in lane 4, lane 5. He'll get a test from Colin Bucaria, finished 4th last year, junior year from Greenwich. Senior from Greenwich, Luke Mendelson, finished 3rd last year. He's in lane number 3. Mendelson will be a water polo player at Johns Hopkins. But he finished 4th in the 200 IM last year in the State Open after qualifying. So he is very accomplished in this loaded field. Connor Duggan of Fairfield Co-op is in 2. Matthew Bergner, freshman from Greenwich, is in 1. Tyler Soka of Glastonbury is in 6. Alexander Sharp made the final last year. Junior from Norwalk, Brian McMahon, finished 7th last year. He's in lane 7. And Connor McMahon of Greenwich finished 14th. He bumps up in his sophomore year to the championship heat in the 200 IM. He is in lane 8. And there's the podium for the 200 freestyle, taken by Cody Lansbury. Cody wants to major in mechanical engineering at the University of Delaware. Aiden Pelage in 3rd. Nolan Barrett, what a promising future he has. Freshman from Greenwich, taking 2nd. In the 200 IM, eyes on the defending champion Wyatt Vitiello out of lane 4. In the butterfly, can he hold off Mendelson, Bucaria of Greenwich? That's around here. Out of lane 3, it's Luke Mendelson with a strong butterfly. Now to the backstroke for Vitiello. Vitiello swam this in a medley relay for Norwalk, Brian McMahon, but it is Mendelson that separates Mendelson with a body length and a half advantage. The senior from Greenwich, who does do just enough swimming in the off-season besides water polo, where he swims in some qualifying events, but otherwise, he is, of course, always in the pool and has a lot of strength. His work ethic is fantastic. Swims at the Greenwich YMCA over on East Putnam Avenue. His starting ability is quality and has length and strength from water polo at 6'3". It is all Luke Mendelson now in the breaststroke. And the battle is for second. Mendelson now to the freestyle. Mendelson of Greenwich, again last year 4th in the state open in the 200 IM. But only finished 3rd at the state double L's. But Mendelson coasting here in the freestyle. It's 3 to 4 body legs for Luke Mendelson, and the defending state open champion wins it here in second. Is the defending champion Wyatt Vitiello, and in third, Colin Bucaria of Greenwich, with 4th place going to Connor Duggan of Fairfield Ludlow. Luke Mendelson now has great momentum into the state open Saturday at Yale. Mendelson earned gold last year in the 100 breaststroke before finishing 3rd in this event. And then getting gold in last year's 200 freestyle relay team. He was also, I believe, I didn't get the final numbers, part of the Medley relay. As I just check the final numbers there. Yes, Mendelson did swim and did the backstroke in the Medley relay. So he already has 2 medals. Underway in splash and dash, first of 3 heats. Ryan Kress of Glastonbury in 4, Sham Hasija of Westall Stanford in 5, Yassine Kassemi of Glastonbury in 6, William Tabbitt of Danbury in 7, Tom Lake of Fairfield Co-op in 8. On the touch, it is Ryan Kress of Glastonbury. Yusuf Owian of East Hartford was in 2, Noah Pangin of Westall Stanford was in lane 1. Kress takes the heat to score for Glastonbury. Pangin of Westall Stanford taking 2nd, all the way from lane 1, and lane 5, Sham Hasija of Westall Stanford gets 3rd. So again, the theme for Glastonbury coach Susie Hoyt, everybody has got to score. Glastonbury is sprinkled in every single event, similar to Greenwich, not quite to the extent of Greenwich. While Glastonbury might have more swimmers than everybody else not named Greenwich today, even more than Norwalk Brian McMahon, and they will need to take advantage of bumping up from an 8th to a 6th and a lot of the 3rd heats that might win this for them. Joe Long of Fairfield Co-op in 2, Robert Kickham in 5 for Staples, Tom Masadi of Bristol in 3, Connor Chung of Staples in 2, Eduardo Morcos, East Lyme in 1, Lucas Chavat de Beaudron of Hamden in 6, Grant Surt of Glastonbury in 7, Jack Whitman of Hamden in 8. Second heat goes to Joe Long of Fairfield Co-op. Robert Kickham of Staples taking 2nd. And in 3rd, Connor Chung of Staples. Now to our championship heat. It'll start with a returning finalist in the 50-free, Michael Ivanov of Fairfield Co-op. Attends Fairfield Ludlow. He is a commitment to swim at Division III Johns Hopkins. Noah Barrett, senior from Greenwich, is in 4. Lane 3, Jake Medley of Greenwich finished 6th last year. Peter Walsh, freshman of Glastonbury, makes the championship heat, is in 2. Luke Merrill of Greenwich, a senior, finished 15th. He makes the championship heat. Freshman Carl Johnson of Greenwich is in 6. David DeLong of Norwalk, Brian McMahon in 7. And Alejandro Chalfant of Manchester in 8. Championship heat in the 50 freestyle. Ken Ivanov, who fell short last year, both in the Double L final and in the State Open. Can he take it home today? On the touch, however, it's Noah Barrett out of lane 4 with Ivanov, and it's Barrett that wins. Ivanov takes second again. 20.93 for Barrett, 21.26 for Ivanov. Third to Jake Medley of Greenwich. Greenwich wins another gold, and for Ivanov, he'll get another opportunity as he'll qualify for the State Open. And we are now 5 events complete, with the 100 butterfly coming up. So we'll take time out. 5 events complete. Greenwich has continued to build to the lead they walked in with from diving. Greenwich High School looking to win this event for the 49th time in 52 years and trying to win it for the 11th straight year. They are in great shape as we take time out on the NFHS Network. And welcome back after our extended break. They're working on the computer scoring system here, which apparently has shut down here at Cornerstone Aquatic Center. Ralph Bednarchik on hand in West Hartford. We are 5 events complete. We do know that Greenwich High School has a sizable advantage as expected. First of 3 heats in the 100 butterfly. Nick Grace of Danbury is in lane 5. Oliver Mangum of Bristol is in 4. 8-6 Addison Asuncion of Norwalk Bryan McMahon is in 6. Christian Michaels of Staples in 3. Alessandro Franco of Glastonbury in 2. Nick Moore of Norwalk Bryan McMahon in 1. Jasper Jenkins of Hamden is in 7. David Miller of Danbury in 8. 350 of the 100 butterfly. In our 6th out of 12 events. Lane 4, Oliver Mangum. And lane 6, Addison Asuncion of Norwalk Bryan McMahon have made their moves. And it is Mangum of Bristol that takes it just ahead of Addison Asuncion. They're separated by 32 tenths of a second. Finishing in 3rd, Christian Michaels of Staples. So we could be delayed in terms of passing along the score.
Let's go, Brad!
Second heat, Holden Kudlock of Glastonbury finished 7th last year. He's in this second heat, however, this year. Alexander Key, 14th last year, is back in the second heat. Senior from Trumbull in 3. Tyler Soka of Glastonbury's in 5. Caleb Leon, his Glastonbury teammates, in 6. Matt Rogliano of Greenwich is in 7. Jordan Benoderet of Staples is in 8. Brent Slippin of Fairfield Co-op in 2. Ethan Peralta Heredia is in 1. Through the first 50 of the 100 butterflies second heat. And it is all Holden Kudlock of Glastonbury. For Glastonbury. These are where if Glastonbury is going to take second to Greenwich, they have to get this. They do from Kudlock. In 2nd, Alexander Key of Trumbull, and in 7, Matt Rogliano of Greenwich. Oh, check that, rather, we have a tie for 2nd, 54.97 for both Rogliano and Key. Both at 54.97. 4th to Caleb Leon of Glastonbury. So Glastonbury does go 1 and 4 in the second heat. But in the championship heat, Norwalk Bryan McMahon has 2 swimmers. Lane 4, Jake Medley finished 5th in this 100 butterfly last year. He's the top seed, senior from Greenwich. Noah Barrett is Greenwich teammate in lane 5. Lane 6, Haddon Wood finished 2nd last year from Greenwich. He is in lane 6. Burke 2nd of Westhill Stanford in 7. Sebastian Camille of Norwalk Bryan McMahon in 8. Christian Sanchez was in this heat last year, finished 8th. From Norwalk Bryan McMahon, a sophomore, and Thomas Masadi of Bristol is in 1, and Raunak Subedi, 6th last year from Fairfield Co-op, is in 3. It's the 2 Greenwich Cardinals, Medley and Barrett, after the first 50 in lanes 4 and 5. And it's Noah Barrett by a hair. Barrett will swim at Carnegie Mellon. He is already qualified for the Jamaican Youth junior national team as Barrett is there on the touch. Barrett captures the 100 butterfly. Greenwich goes 1-2, with Jake Medley taking second, improving on his finish last year of 5th. In third, Haddon Wood, it's a Greenwich sweep at the top in the 100 butterfly.
Let's go, Vlad! Let's go, Vlad!
So Greenwich piles up some more points in the clean sweep. Separation between the two.
Let's go, Vlad!
Was less than a half second, but Barrett nudges out teammate Jake Medley and Haddon Wood, 3 Greenwich seniors. Now to the 100 freestyle. First of 3 heats, Carter Orlando of Glastonbury is in 4, Blake Carlson of Staples in 5. David Borisenko, freshman for Westall Stanford, is in 3. Vlad Aleshchik of Southington is in 6. Yusuf Owian of East Hartford in 7. Eric Karvovsky of Westall Stanford is in 8. Jack Whitteman of Hamden is in 2. And William Talbot of Danbury is in 1. Carter Orlando of Glastonbury leads the pack after the first 50. And about 4 swimmers in contention for a second. But again, another important swim for Glastonbury and Orlando here, where you're the top seed. You've got to come up with the heat victory. On the touch, it is Carter Orlando. Blake Carlson of Staples takes second. Third, Vlad Aleshchik of Southington. So Glastonbury gets the necessary points. Glastonbury will have 1 more swimmer in the second heat, and then they have 2 in the final. Norwalk Brian McMahon having just 1, so an opportunity to make a further move. They're still working over on the scoring computer, so right now it's just the in-house system that is working. Second heat, Ryan Kress of Glastonbury, the top seed. Calvin Donnett of Greenwich is in 5. Beckett Krajewski of Manchester in 3. Connor Chung of Staples in 6. Eduardo Marcos of East Lyme in 2. Robert Kickham of Staples in 7. Sham Hasija of Westall Stanford in 8. Joe Long of Fairfield in 1. First 50 in 100 freestyle. This looks very competitive, but it is Calvin Donnett of Greenwich that can be considered the leader. Great work done underwater, though, by Beckett Krajewski, freshman of Manchester. Now at a lane 5, Calvin Donnett of Greenwich, though, with a great surge, a strong 15 final meters. Donnett will take it. They have yet to post it, so we'll see if there is any further scoreboard trouble, but Donnett, to the naked eye, taking it ahead of lane 3, Beckett Krajewski of Manchester.
Go, Michael! Go, Sean!
Not certain what they're showing is unofficial. It would make sense that Krajewski listed right now in second, but they have first for Connor Chung of Staples. I'm not sure if that's accurate. So the swimmers are asked to come out of the pool, and they may have to write down times by hand moving forward. And they may have to just reset this system too. Now to the 100 freestyle final. Michael Ivanov of Fairfield Ludlow. The top seed, Alexander Sharp of Norwalk Brian McMahon in 5. Leonardo Wong, 16th last year, is lane 3 of Glastonbury. Niall Easton, 10th last year. Now the championship leader of Glastonbury in 2. Alejandro Chalfant of Manchester in 1. Colin Bucaria of Greenwich in 6. Charlie Coven of Greenwich in 7th. Lane 7, and William McCarthy of Greenwich in lane 8. But it is Ivanov. Last year in the 100 freestyle, didn't participate. He was in the 100 breaststroke, so that's the change for him. Out of lane 4, it is Michael Ivanov for Fairfield Co-op with a 46.06. Bettering his prelim time. In second, Alexander Sharp scoring for Norwalk Brian McMahon. In third, Bucaria of Greenwich. Fourth, Wong of Glastonbury, able to get a top 4 spot. Easton out of lane 2 settles for 5, so Glastonbury gets some points. But we're certainly hoping for a potential 3 and 4 spots to try to create and get into the gap that they're behind Norwalk Brian McMahon on. So Ivanov celebrates the gold this year in the 100 freestyle after he won the 100 breaststroke last year, or rather finished second last year in the 100 breaststroke. He qualified for the State Open, finished 5th in the breaststroke. Today he's got gold in the 100 freestyle.
Let's go, Leo!
7 events complete. And senior Michael Ivanov comes home with a gold for Fairfield Co-op. He attends Fairfield Ludlow and Fairfield Ward, both combining into one program for most of the last decade. Under head coach Jarrell Roman, she's back as head coach in her second year, in her second stint as head coach. She coached Michael Ivanov when he was a freshman, this year as a senior. Getting ready for the 500 freestyle and the marathon event. It's a loaded 500 freestyle field in the final with a lot of returners trying to put pressure on the defending champion Cody Lonsberry of Enfield, Ellington, Suffield. Swimmers to their blocks, first of 3 heats. Nathan Head, junior of Enfield, Ellington, Suffield, with teammate Fisher Haddon, Hayes Haddon, younger brother. In lane 3, Grayson Khalifa, freshman from Staples. In 2, Santiago Petralia of West Hill, Stanford in 1. Jacob Christensen from Glastonbury in 5. Lucien Gaichin of Hamden in 6. Liam Laughlin of Fairfield in 7. And Dan Lay of New Haven Co-op in 8. 20 laps to complete in the 500 freestyle, including 3 freshmen in this field as they're building themselves up to one day perhaps win this event when they become upperclassmen. 3 freshmen here, 2 more in the second heat. A grueling event that can take years to build up the stamina and having the will to want to compete in this event. Out of lane 3, Fisher Haddon has established a small lead of nearly a full length. Lane 5, Jacob Christensen of Glastonbury. Actually, he has fallen back out of lane number 6. Lucien Gaichin of Hamden now appears to be a clear second to Fisher Haddon of Enfield, Ellington, Suffield. Under head coach Kelly Oppenheimer. It's clearly Lucien Gaichin midway through. 10 laps completed.
Let's go, Leo!
Nathan Head out of lane 4 is now just about even through 12 laps. Head is at minimum a clear second to Lucien Gaichin of Hamden. Hamden trying to come up with their first heat victory of these Double L championships. Lucien Gaichin out of lane 6. His prelim time, 5:20.59. Now it's a clear second for Nathan Head by a full body length. And he is a full body length behind Lucien Gaichin of Hamden. One more full lap as the bell rings and the first of 3 hits in the 500 freestyle. Gaichin, I think, has even increased his lead, and Lucien Gaichin, senior for Hamden. He's the lone senior in this heat. And he's going to take it by 3 body lengths easily. Lucien Gaichin, lane 4, Nathan Head of Enfield, Ellington, and in third on the touch, Jacob Christensen of Glastonbury. Gaichin very strong over the last 10 laps. Fisher Haddon of Enfield, Ellington, Suffield. Strong in the opening 10, but he finishes in 4th. down to the second heat. Lane 4, Bristol's Christopher Mika is the top seed with the best time in prelims over Billy Cruz of Norwalk Ryan McMahon. Lane 3, William Krajewski of Manchester. Lane 2, Derek Wu of Glastonbury, along with freshman Xander Lynn of Glastonbury. Jason Guzik of Fairfield Co-op is in 6. Connor Forster is in 7 of East Lawn. And Lucas Kaveliuk of Southington is in 8. Lane 7, senior Connor Forster of East Line. Through the first 50. And 50 plus is in the lead. Forster of East Line, pretty even with Bill Cruz of Norwalk Ryan McMahon. Now through 4 laps. McMahon to the top portion of your picture. Or I should say Cruz of Norwalk Ryan McMahon. He's in lane 5 on the bottom. Connor Forster leading the way. And you see our 2 leaders right now in the middle of your screen on the NFHS Network coverage. And just for the naked eye right now, out of lane 5, Billy Cruz has now passed Connor Forster. Let's see where they are on the turn. And indeed, it remains the same. Cruz ahead of Forster.
Let's go, Jason!
In third place, Christopher Mika of Bristol appears to be firmly there.
Let's go, Jason!
Bill Cruz now a half body length lead over Connor Forster of East Line through 10 laps. Staying a solid third is Christopher Mika. Second heat of the 500 freestyle. Mika in position now to pass Connor Forster for second. And he's done that with a strong turn. So is the top seed here in the second heat, Christopher Mika of Bristol. Is he making his move? Look at this out of Christopher Mika. Bill Cruz of Norwalk Ryan McMahon would love to hang on here in the difference in points, but it is Mora now clearly well. As they look down the line, they've gone back and forth, and Cruz is just a forehead ahead of him. We are 16 laps through. This is shaping up to have a good finish. Mora again, great turn. Mora did great work early, but Cruz got stronger Less than 30 meters to go. Can Mora's final turn be great? And it is for Christopher Mika, rather. Christopher Mika of Bristol. Cruz caught up to him. Cruz final power touch gets him the heat. William Cruz beats Christopher Mika of Bristol narrowly by 0.6 of a second. Touch in for third, William Krajewski of Manchester. And fourth, Connor Forster of East Line. Chris Mika and Billy Cruz dueling over the final 7 laps. And I think Cruz and Mika both felt one another and both were using their strengths. Mika underwater in his turns, and then Cruz above water. He had just enough runway and open water to eventually beat out Christopher Mika. Those two are juniors. It'll be fascinating to see where they end up a year from now. And perhaps if they will be both in a 500 freestyle final. Now our attention turns to the podium. Here's the 100 freestyle podium. Or rather, this is an earlier podium. This is the 200 IM with Luke Mendelson. In third, Connor Bucaria of Greenwich, and in second, Wyatt Vitiello of Norwalk Bryan McMahon. Freestyle podium, Michael Ivanoff of Fairfield Co-op in second, Jake Medley of Greenwich in third. Noah Barrett, for the first time in his career, captures the 50 freestyle and will be a major contender in the State Open coming up. Up next, we're also standing by for the 500 Freestyle Championship Heat. Cody Lonsberry, the defending champion of Enfield Ellington Suffield. He attends Ellington High School. He'll be in lane 4. But like in the 200, Aiden Pelage, 5th last year in this event, will be a challenger. Connor Duggan, 6th last year in the event from Fairfield Co-op. Jack Smith, 7th last year of Greenwich, is in lane 2. Nolan Barrett being lane 1, Noah's younger brother. Ryan Kenny up to the championship heat this year as a sophomore from Glastonbury, will be in 6th. Matt Bergner, in his freshman year from Greenwich, makes the championship heat in the 500 freestyle. And Haddon Wood, senior from Greenwich, finished 10th last year, also bumps up the championship heat. So Cody Lonsberry in this event last year in the State Open finished second after winning this event last year with a 4:36.06. Tremendous work ethic. He's been swimming competitively since the age of 5. Dad swam in high school. Was second team All-State last year. Lonsberry likely first team All-State should he be able to handle business here and capture his second straight double L 500 freestyle. You're looking at Cody Lonsberry in lane 4, a legitimate 6'3". Has all the tools to be a great distance swimmer. Lane 5, junior Aiden Balaj of Bristol is within a half body length. And into the 5th lap, Lonsberry. Has inched up on Lonsberry, and Aiden Balaj is now swimming even with Lonsberry. So now the two can push one another. And Balaj has taken a brief lead. But the very experienced distance swimmers know it's about pace and finishing. So Aiden Balaj taking the lead about at the 9th lap. We're now halfway through. Now expanding that lead to nearly a full body length, at least a half body length, on the defending state champion, Cody Lonsberry of Enfield, Ellington, Suffield. The 15th lap. Bristol's Aiden Balaj with a 4:48.27, 6 seconds behind Lonsberry in the prelims. They don't look 6 seconds apart anymore. A good turn. That has closed the gap. You hear the bell for the final full lap. Balaj off of his turn, separated. Now Lonsberry hunting his move off the turn. Defending state champion, senior from Enfield, Ellington, Suffield, Cody Lonsberry. A powerful final 25 to win another state title with a 4:35.55. Balaj falls 2+ seconds short. Cody Lonsberry again will head to the State Open with great momentum. where he finished second last year in the 500 freestyle. And we'll see if he is the state open champion Saturday. In third, Nolan Barrett of Greenwich in his freshman year with a 4:46.09. Lonsberry with a 4:35.55 blows out his prelim time by nearly 7 seconds in a much faster field. Congratulations to Cody Lonsberry, going back-to-back to cap off his career in the state in Class LL in the 500 freestyle. Pelage will go into next year as a big favorite, but Nolan Barrett, growing up quickly, is just a freshman. We have completed 8 events. 2 heats of the 200 freestyle relay are coming up. We take a pause in the NFHS network. Nice. Nice. Our 9th event of the night, and we'll go through the scoring totals in just a moment. Ralph Bernarchik with you back on the NFHS network. Greenwich with a sizable advantage here in our first heat. Lane 4, Trumbull. Lane 5, Bristol. Lane 6, Enfield, Ellington, Suffield. In 7, Southington. In 8, West Haven. In 3, East Hartford. In 2, Manchester. In 1, Greater New Haven. At lane 4, after Chase Reynolds started it, Ryan Collins, a freshman of Trumbull, is keeping the lead right now for Trumbull. Lane 5, Bristol, with Gavin Cruz, is in second. Third swimmers into the water. Trumbull's Connor Clark. The anchor is Alexander Key of Trumbull. Lane 5 for Bristol, John Fox. And John Fox is closing the gap. It's going to be pretty tight. Oliver Mangum into the water for Bristol against Alexander Key of Trumbull. Key has already given Trumbull the lead back. Key with a body length lead plus. Alexander Key on the touch for Trumbull to take the heat with a 138.07. Second to the Bristol boys, third to Southington. Southington with one of their best finishes so far of the day. Well, at the moment, ahead of that freestyle relay, Greenwich by a wide margin, 741.5 points. Nearly 300 points better than Glastonbury, who is at 445. Norwalk Brian McMahon, third, 290. Fairfield Co-op in fourth. That's our scoring through 8, and Greenwich very obviously has already clinched another state double L championship. They're 49th in 52 years. Now standing by for the championship 200 freestyle relay. Defending champion Greenwich, but Greenwich, for Coach Terry Lowe, he is going to swim his second squad here that is also very deep and capable. Then they'll swim their top squad in the state open. Lane 4 will be Glastonbury, who finished third in the event. Lane 3, Norwalk Brian McMahon, who finished second last year to Greenwich. Hamden is in lane 2, finished 5th. East Lyme in the championship final after finishing last year. Staples in 6th. Fairfield Ludlow in 7th. Westville Stanford in 8th. Now we turn our attention and the focus here to the championship podium, where it was a Greenwich clean sweep for Noah Barrett. Finishing second, Jake Medley, and Hatton Wood in third in the 100 butterfly, event number 7. Congratulations to those three as they received their gold medals. Ready for the 200 freestyle relay final. Greenwich will get started with Charles Coven. Glastonbury, lane 4 with Leonardo Wong. and Christian Stingray Sanchez in lane 1 for Norwalk Brian McMahon. Lane 7, Connor Duggan of Fairfield Ludlow has started off his team well as he hands it off to freshman Jason Huzik. For Greenwich, Luke Merrill into the pool for Glastonbury freshman Peter Walsh. Still Jason Huzik of Fairfield in lane 4, Peter Walsh of Norwalk Brian McMahon. Third into the pool, Greenwich with Matthew Rogliano. Lane 7, Liam Laughlin, another freshman for Fairfield Co-op. And out of lane 4 for Greenwich, Matthew Rogliano, a senior. Along with Liam Laughlin, now the anchors are into the pool in a 200 freestyle relay. Greenwich, remember, with their second relay here. However, out of lane 4, that appears to be Glastonbury with Niall Easton, and it is Glastonbury with Easton. With the first touch, Norwalk Brian McMahon, Sebastian Camille, the anchor, in second. Third to Fairfield Co-op, Joe Long, the anchor. A roar from Glastonbury, and that will just about make it impossible for Norwalk Brian McMahon to catch him. Glastonbury with that relay is going to finish second to Greenwich. The total team effort for Glastonbury has come to fruition. 30 swimmers this year for Coach Susie Hoyt, 4 divers. Glastonbury having 2 divers out of the 11 that participated in Class LL, so that's a big deal. Anytime you have a diver that qualifies, a lot of points there that can be accrued. Greenwich's second team finishes in 4th. So Glastonbury better than Norwalk Brian McMahon. As if they needed any more further separation, they got it. We are 9 events complete, and we go to the 100-yard backstroke, first of 3 heats. Coach Susie Hoyt in her 35th season, this could be a very satisfying finish for her team. We're going to approach 500 points once again, despite 8 seniors. Last year they finished at 559. Glastonbury also has a relay in the championship heat in the 400 freestyle relay, our last event. So we'll take a pause, getting ready for event number 10. Warm-ups taking place ahead of the 100-yard backstroke on the NFHS network. in the 100 backstroke. Defending champion Wyatt Vitiello of Norwalk, Brian McMahon. Lane 5, finishing 7th a year ago, William McCarthy of Greenwich. In 3, Hunter Bodie of Greenwich. 2, William Hanna of Greenwich. And number 1, Lane 1, freshman Carl Johnson of Greenwich. Grant Slippen, 5th last year of Fairfield Co-op, is in 6. Christian Sanchez of Norwalk, Brian McMahon in 7. And Holden Kudlak of Glastonbury is in 8. Looks like they may be trying to accumulate some swimmers to set up the podium. The 100 freestyle podium. Michael Ivanov, congratulations to him. He'll be a threat in the state open to win the whole thing. Alexander Sharp of Norwalk, Brian McMahon finished 2nd. Leonardo Wang of Glastonbury finished 3rd in the 100 freestyle. So it'll be a different event for Ivanov at this year's State Open, the 100 freestyle as opposed to the 100 breaststroke where he finished 5th last year.
Fifth place, Hunter Movie from Fairfield. Fourth place, Jackson from Greenwich. Third place, Holden Merrick from Greenwich. Second place, Michael Ivanov from Bristol. In the 2025,
and now the podium in the 500 freestyle for the 2nd straight year, Cody Lonsberry of Enfield Ellington Suffield Co-op. 2nd, Aiden Pelage of Bristol. And in 3rd, Noland Barrett of Greenwich. Congratulations to the podium for the 500 freestyle. Now we're ready for the 100 backstroke final. In lane 4, Wyatt Vitiello has taken his position. Three Greenwich, make it 4 Greenwich Cardinals in this crowded 100 backstroke field. It is Vitiello narrowly at a lane 4. Freshman Carl Johnson at the top of your picture in lane 1. Through the first 50 is pretty close. Also lane 8, Holden Kudlak of Glastonbury. From the naked eye, pretty tight to Wyatt Vitiello. Now Vitiello did great work underwater. Vitiello has separated Wyatt Vitiello of Norwalk, Brian McMahon with another state title in Double L. A 51-61 for Vitiello. Second, William McCarthy of Greenwich. In third, Hunter Bodie of Greenwich. In fourth, Grant Slippin of Fairfield Co-op, improving on his 5th place finish a year ago. So Greenwich goes 2, 3, 5, and 7 in the 100 backstroke. We have our final individual event coming, the 100 breaststroke, before 2 relays to conclude these Class Double L championships. And they will see Greenwich jump into the pool. Or actually, the coaching staff does not jump in the pool. As underway in the 100 breaststroke, that's been the policy for a long time for Coach Terry Lowe. They only do it at the State Open. Lane 4, Jonathan Kim of Glastonbury with teammate Jacob Christensen in lane 3. Southington, Stephen Glugos is in 2. Nick Mora of Norwalk, Brian McMahon in 1. Austin Carr of West Haven in 5. Ali Galeota of Enfield Ellington Suffield in 6. Noah Pangin of West Hill Stanford in 7. Dan Lay of Greater New Haven Co-op in 8. 100 breaststroke, first of 3 heats. Lane 4, Jonathan Kim of Glastonbury is barely ahead of Southington's Stephen Glugos. And it is Kim from Glastonbury that takes it. Glugos of Southington in 2nd. In 3rd, Noah Pangin out of lane 7 of West Hill, Stamford. Second heat, eyes will be on Hayes Haddon of Enfield Ellington Suffield. And a junior who was sick through prelims a little bit, so despite finishing 3rd last year in the final heat, he has to settle for the 2nd heat and perform well. David DeLong of Norwalk, Brian McMahon is in 3. James Martinez of Greenwich in 2. Jason Guzik of Fairfield Co-op in 1. Thomas Lake of Fairfield is in 5. Dane Paulson in 6 of Greenwich. Chris Mika of Bristol in 7, Alexander Zhang of Glastonbury in 8. Through the first 50, Hayes Haddon of Enfield Ellington Suffield has the lead. Lanes 5 and 6, Thomas Lake and Dane Paulson are close enough to breathe on him. Hayes Haddon. His time was 1:02.69. Can he break 1 minute? Hayes Haddon on the touch, 1:01.36. So with that time compared to the prelims, that would put him into like 6th place in the final heat. Second to Thomas Lake of Fairfield Co-op. James Martinez of Greenwich Dane Paulson of Greenwich finishes in 3rd. Updated score just ahead of this event through 10. Greenwich 890.5, Glastonbury 546.5, Norwalk Brian McMahon 395, Fairfield Co-op 345, then a distant 5th Hamden narrowly over Bristol by 1.5 points. That's where the drama is. West Hill Stanford in 7th, Enfield Ellington Suffield in 8th, 2 points behind West Hill Stanford. So 5th and 7th are interesting. 9th, Staples narrowly by 2 points over Staples Manchester. And a look at our podium. Relay teams in the 200 freestyle. And in that 200 freestyle, there was Norwalk Brian McMahon 2nd to Glastonbury. Now the backstroke podium. And for the 2nd straight year, Wyatt Vitiello will get his gold medal. With William McCarthy and Hunter Bodie flanking him in 2nd and 3rd place, respectively. Vitiello will be back next year as a junior at Norwalk Brian McMahon for a three-peat in the backstroke in Class AA. So congratulations to our podium in the 100 backstroke. And we're standing by to complete our final individual event, the 100 breaststroke. Defending champion of Greenwich, Luke Mendelssohn. He'll be back in the pool with Noah Mora of Norwalk Brian McMahon. Finished 7th last year, was in this heat. Connor McMahon, 9th last year as a freshman. Won the 2nd heat a year ago. McMahon now makes the final heat. He'll be in lane 8 as just a sophomore. Josh Kim of Meriden in lane 7. Beckett Krajewski of Manchester will be in 5 as the 2nd seed. Chase Reynolds of Trumbull in 3. Burke 2nd of West Hill Stanford in 2. And Devin McCarty of Glastonbury is in 1. As we look ahead to our relays, as I pull my paperwork up just a second. Just trying to do some quick math to see if Fairfield could potentially put pressure on Norwalk in the championship relay. Underway in the 100 breaststroke. established the lead. Mendelssohn through the first 50. Was first team All-State last year. Defending champion with a 57-12 last year in this 100 breaststroke. He swung a 59.77 in the prelims to get the top seed. Mendelssohn well ahead of the pack in lane 2. Burke, champion of West Hill Stanford, will be on the touch to finish second in his senior year. Third to Chase Reynolds of Trumbull, but it is Luke Mendelssohn that will play water polo at Johns Hopkins, bettering his time from last year by nearly a second. He goes 56.35. Mendelssohn in last year's 100 breaststroke went 57.35, so he is 1 second better than when he finished second in the state last year at the Open. So he will go in perhaps as a substantial favorite Saturday at Yale. Luke Mendelssohn is able to go back-to-back in the 100 breaststroke in the state Class Double-L final. And congrats to senior Burke Check-in of West Hill Stanford with a great performance, 58.49. So we're standing by for our final event. That'll be coming up after this timeout. Pair of relays, the 400 freestyle relay. Greenwich pursuing to defend their crown in that event before they are going to celebrate. 11 events complete on the NFHS network. Damn, can't find it. Welcome back for our final event tonight from the boys Class LL CIAC Championships. The big schools 400 freestyle relay is underway. And the second heat, lane 4 East Line, lane 5 Danbury, in 3 Hamden, in 2 Southington, in 1 Trumbull, in 5 West Hill Stamford, in 7 West Haven, and 8 East Hartford. Lane 6, Sham Hasija. A sophomore has given his team the early advantage. And as they look over at the top of your picture, Kareem Aber of Hamden is a pretty solid second, but it's still West Hill Stamford carrying here as Hasija will hand it off here to Eric Karvovsky. He's in the pool now. Hamden's Aryan Singla, a senior, is second in the pool for Hamden. Karvovsky of West Hill Stamford, and it remains Hamden on the top of your picture in second with Aryan Singla after the first 50 of the second heat of the freestyle relay in the 400. Then our championship heat will follow, and the coronation will again occur at Cornerstone Aquatic Center for the Greenwich Cardinals. And it will win their 49th Class LL championship in the last 52 years. Third swimmers into the pool. Jasper Jenkins, a junior for Hamden. Taryn Geis, a junior for West Hill Stamford. Geis and West Hill Stamford still in the lead. That's Geis on the turn, and just about popping up now in lane 4 East Line, Benjamin Morales, a freshman. Hamden with Jasper Jenkins has drifted back to third.
Let's go, Bobby!
Geis about to touch, and Burke check-in for West Hill Stamford is now in the pool. And West Hill Stamford has built up a sizable lead. Battle is really for second between Hamden, Lucien Gayton, their anchor, and East Lime's senior Eduardo Marcos. Marcos does great work on his turn, and he has put East Lime convincingly into second. But it's all West Hill Stamford with Check-in approaching on the touch. Clear-cut win in the second heat for West Hill Stamford. A 3:27.90. Nearly 10 full seconds better than their prelim time. East Line behind Marcos, the anchor, takes second, and third, Hamden with Lucien Gayton. Fourth place to Danbury. Last year, Hamden won the B final to finish 9th. Now to our final event of the Class LL Finals. Many of these swimmers will swim on Saturday at Yale in the Connecticut State Open. We invite you to watch that either live or on demand from Yale University in New Haven. The NFHS crew will be there to stream that. And of course, you can even save it for permanent keeping via the NFHS network by clicking the download button. Stepping up to the blocks, Greenwich in lane 4. They're the defending champions. They won both relays last year. They won the medley to start. Then they ran in the 200 freestyle. They swam their B team, finishing 4th. But this is an A team here. Greenwich, the defending champs. Jake Medley will be the leadoff. Norwalk Brian McMahon is in lane 5. Glastonbury in 3. Glastonbury would love to finish 2nd and have a great showing and to get well above 500 points and to cap off what has developed into a tremendous team afternoon for Glastonbury. Staples is in 2, Manchester in 1, Fairfield Co-op in 6, Bristol in 7, Enfield, Ellington, Suffield is in 8. Glastonbury last year took 2nd, Norwalk Brian McMahon 3rd, behind Greenwich. We'll see if we get something similar. And the podium was just shown. They just showed the podium for Luke Mendelssohn of Greenwich winning the 100 breaststroke, with Burke Check-in of West Hill Stamford in 2nd, Chase Reynolds of Trumbull in 3rd. Championship heat in the 400 freestyle relay. Will Greenwich cap off another state title with a relay win? Jake Medley is in the pool. Alexander Sharp leading it off for Norwalk Brian McMahon. Leonardo Wong in 3 for Glastonbury. Jake Medley on the turn. To his left, bottom of your picture, Alexander Sharp of Norwalk Brian McMahon. Medley about to touch. And here comes Colin Bucaria into the pool. To follow him, Sebastian Camille for Norwalk Brian McMahon and Ryan Kenny of Glastonbury. Bucaria has separated now at a lane 5. Camille of Norwalk Brian McMahon has a firm 2nd. And then a distant 3rd, Glastonbury. Final turn for Colin Bucaria. Bucaria gives to Nolan Barrett. A freshman will be followed by his older brother Noah as the anchor. Lane 5, David DeLong of Norwalk Brian McMahon. But he swims easily 2 body lengths behind Nolan Barrett. Glastonbury has slipped further back with Tyler Soka in 3rd. 4th right now is Manchester with Tuan Fung, who's going to give to freshman Beckett Krajewski. Nolan Barrett on the touch. Here comes Noah Barrett. Noah has separated from Wyatt Vitiello, who just swam the backstroke. And what a lead that Noah Barrett has created. It's about 4 body lengths and growing. Senior Noah Barrett will swim at Carnegie Mellon in the UAA. Barrett and Greenwich will coast to another 400 freestyle Brian McMahon with Vitiello touching in second. And in third, Glastonbury with Niall Easton. Fourth goes to Staples. Staples with 2 freshmen in their freestyle relay. Connor Chung with the touch. So Greenwich has their final totals, which will easily put them well over 800. At last check through 10 events, Greenwich had 890 and a half, beg your pardon, so they're well over 900. Greenwich last year has surpassed their total of 852 a year ago. And they've done that substantially. They're going to end up about 100 points better than last year. So the final point totals will be confirmed by our officials. We'll take pause and come right back, and we'll see if the full Greenwich team might jump in the pool. We know the coaching staff will not. It's become Greenwich tradition under Coach Terry Lowe in his 57th year as head coach not to jump in the pool, only at the State Open. When he does remove his tie. He comes prepared for that just in case. As their standards are for the State Open. And they will quickly go to the podium here in the 400 freestyle relay. So Greenwich with Medley, Bukaria, and the Barrett brothers getting their medals. Norwalk Brian McMahon with Sharp, Camille, DeLong, and Vitiello in second. Glastonbury with Wong, Kenny, Soka, and Easton on that crowded podium. So Greenwich will go into the State Open after shattering their point totals from last year's Class LL, when they had a tremendous senior in Keegan Clark, who had 3 wins last year. They graduated the State Swimmer of the Year, who's swimming now at Gettysburg, in Keegan Clark. And Felix Flackstad, who's swimming at Williams. But the depth of Greenwich, again, is a substantial story. Meanwhile, Wyatt Vitiello, who was a 2-time State Open champion last year in the IM and the backstroke. He won the backstroke again this year, and he could be adding to his spectacular career, and he is just a junior. Final total for Greenwich. I think it could have been 1,000 that they announced, but it is Greenwich. Glastonbury in second. Norwalk Brian McMahon in third. Fairfield Co-op in fourth. The final order. So Greenwich celebrating, and indeed they are not going to jump in the pool and keep up with program tradition, only jumping in when there is a State Open championship, which they have won 10 straight and will be in great position with numerous qualifiers coming up Saturday at Yale. So that'll do it for our entire team here. A reminder, coming up at 6 Eastern, the Class S Championship. The smallest schools will be coming up, 6 p.m. Eastern, right here on the NFHS Network. Until then, my name is Ralph B. Norchik, saying so long, and I'll talk to you then here from West Hartford.